back, everybody. Today is March 23rd. I'm coming to you from a different location than I normally do. I'm not out riding the Spider, but I'm sitting on the Spider. I hope everybody's doing well. It seems like the coronavirus is taking over the world, and a lot of people are freaking out about it. So the next steps here in Ohio is we're doing the state's locking down tonight. So, you know, I'm still trying to figure out if I can go for a ride or not this weekend. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get out and go for a ride. That being said, I wanted to go over my helmet and how I have it set up for my motovlogs. You know, so why do you want to know how I set my helmet up? Number one, you can make videos, share with friends and family. Number two, you can set it up, you can set it up to where it constantly loops and it records what you're doing. That way, if something happens to you when you're out on your bike, you have video proof of what happened. You never know when a crazy guy in a convertible is going to try to pull a knife on you as you're driving down the road 65 miles per hour. It happens, believe me. So I'm going to go over my my setup, how I've set my helmet up. Stay safe, everybody. You know, with Ohio being in lockdown and Louisiana, New York, California, you know, just stay safe, be smart, and save some toilet paper for everybody else, please. I'll see you up in the office. So welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to look at my helmet. We'll start with the helmet. We will move to the camera, how I mount the camera, the mic, my comm system, some of the drawbacks of mounting a camera on your chin, because that's where I mount mine, right out front, and what I've had to do to fix these issues. Bear with me, I'm not set up to do a video like this, and you're going to see stuff in the background that we have not yet put away from when my daughter lived with us when her husband was deployed. So let's get started. Like I said, this might not be the right camera to use for this. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so the first thing is I have a, see if we can get it. I have a Vega helmet. I actually have a couple Vega helmets, and I like them. They are more of an inexpensive, helmet, but I think they're fairly comfortable, and the graphics look pretty good. And if you look closely at this one, it's dirty. I was able to get out for a nice little ride yesterday. So, you know, the first thing is I mount my camera on the chin. I mount it using this stuff called Fugu. It's like a paste, but it's more like a putty, and you just squish it on there and stick it on. Now it is permanent, so you know what I did first was I just used 3M tape, and that held up pretty good. But I do a lot of miles, I ride in the rain, 3M tape wouldn't hold up. So a little bit of Fugu, and it holds it on there perfectly. I mount it on the chin, and there it is. I had to mess with it a little bit. I just changed mics, so I have some nasty box tape holding on the mic. The camera that I use, the camera is I think the company is Get Up, and this is a Get 2 Pro. So it's a Get 2P, but it's a Pro. It's the same size, it's the same specs as a GoPro Hero 4. I record in 1080 60 frames a second. I think it looks decent, and I have decent video. What I have done to enhance my video quality is I bought a GoPro 4 case, and this is an aluminum case. I wish it was plastic, it would be a little bit lighter. You just simply slide the camera into the housing, but what I use this is you can unscrew lenses. So this one is a UV lens, and then the one I have on here now, and you can see it's a lot darker, it's a polarizing lens. So the UV helps with UV light. I didn't really see a big change with that, so I went with the polarizer, and that it's supposed to help with contrast between the bright and the white and the dark. I'm really happy with my setup, to be honest with you, for how much money I have in this. The cameras, the brand new camera that I have on here now, it's the exact same camera here, and it's the same camera I have downstairs, so I now have 3. 3 action cams, so we're going to be mounting some differently on the Spider. They range in price. This one cost me $60 around Christmas, 25% off. Normally they run $130. Now why I use this camera is you can plug a mic into it. The mic goes right here. You can record sound with the picture all in one. That's why I went with that camera. And the price. I mean, it does a really good job. You can't beat the price. The housing's like 20 bucks. You know, it's not expensive. The filters, you know, depending on what quality, you can get them for 10 bucks. I think I paid 20 for that one. You know, so you're not going to break the bank. And you don't need an expensive GoPro adapter. You just need an adapter. They're like 3 bucks. This one, I do believe, came with the mic. The mic I use is a Purple Panda. And that is where I mount it, that big fluffy sock thing. And I definitely use a dead cat on it. And then I route it through the helmet and into the camera. I have a very cheap Amazon communication system. It takes calls and I listen to music. That's all I use it for. To remove the camera, unplug the mic adapter. Super easy. You know, just like anything else, you just slide it up. So that is my setup, what I use. Now, some of the drawbacks is I mount it on the chin. I had to mount it fairly low because of the vents, and these vents really help blow on the shield to keep it from fogging up. So this helmet was horrendous at fogging. Even at 70 miles per hour, 50 degrees, the vents are not adequate to keep the visor from fogging. So once I put a camera in front of that, and it blocks the vents pretty much, I had a serious issue. I could not see where I was going, and it sucked. It truly sucked. So what I did was, and you can see that there is a line. So I installed, it's an Envision shield that you glue in. It's simply just glued in. It comes with the adhesive. You just pretty much drop it in. And what that does, it acts like a pen lock. So that inner shield is glued to my visor, but there's an air gap. There's a slight air gap between the inner Envision visor and the plastic visor that comes on the helmet. And with that air gap, it keeps the visor from fogging up. I mean, I will be completely fogged up all around and not have any on that visor. You know, so it was $20. I think I got that on Revzilla. Everything else I found on Amazon. I've paid for everything that I have on my Spider, plus my vlogging. So I talked about it a little bit downstairs. Yeah, sure, you might not get into vlogging. You don't want to vlog, but maybe you want to share video. So this is an easy, fairly cheap, high quality setup to start recording your videos, your Spider rides, to share with family. Another thing, and I mentioned it downstairs, is, you know, it's springtime and people are getting their motorcycles out. Well, you know, people aren't used to riding around with motorcycles right now. So any action camera out there that I have seen, from $30 up to $800, you can put it on loop recording, and then you can go for a ride and it's going to act like a dash cam. It's going to record everything. And then if you run into problems, if someone runs into you, if, you know, anything, you have video proof. And it's super easy to mount, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be on there and fairly straight, and you know, that's it. That's my setup. It's worked for me. I do like this mic better. Before I just used, it was like a $10 mic from Amazon. It was a better mic to where it looked pretty close to my Purple Panda. It wasn't just a cheap little pen mic. and it did okay, but it started peaking. So the Purple Panda, the last video I noticed it was not peaking as bad. So you know, that was probably the most expensive singular piece besides the camera. It was $40, I do believe, for that Purple Panda. I have seen them as low as 20 bucks. So I'm going to try to get this video up as soon as I can. And like I said, you might not want to make videos for YouTube, but you might want to share them with family. And then with loop recording, you just never know when someone's going to do something in front of you. So everybody stay safe. I know that coronavirus is just raising havoc on the United States, and it probably is the whole entire world. Like I said, the state of Ohio is going on lockdown tonight at midnight, and I'm just trying to figure out how I can get out and ride. So stay safe, everybody. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Any questions, drop them below. It's been taking me a while to get to my questions because of work, but I'll get to them. Stay safe. I'll see everybody down the road.